is not my fault.
Oh my God.
We have a brand new game.
I was trying to contain myself. Oh my.
Go option 1, not safe. These are insane.
And Brandon keep killing it.
Welcome back.
You know what day it is.
What's good, Creative Fam? You hear the voices?
I hear the voices.
Let's go. Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, we back again.
Talking all the latest gear. Bring your lens.
Bring your friends.
Sony gang, pull up. Canon fan people too. Black Magic Mafia.
Tell me who you're shooting, fool.
We got red users flexing. Lumix gang in the chat. Nikon in the cut. Yeah, we steady making
Stacks on stacks.
We breaking it down. No filter. Hide the real from hype. If the camera ain't fire,
we ain't giving it no likes.
NAB.
New drop.
City cam.
Who's hot?
Black Magic.
Price drop.
Man, that's a jackpot. Firmware.
Updates.
Leaks and the rumors. Who got the best shot?
Creative and the movers.
This is uncensored real talk.
No cap.
Live every week.
Yeah, the fans got our back.
CFA Connect. Man,
You know where it's at.
So grab your popcorn, hit subscribe.
And let's chat. Hey.
What's good, Creative Fam?
What's good, Creative Fam?
We are back for another episode, and we are super excited.
We are super excited. Bro, hold on. The chat is doing too much. Y'all doing too much already. Y'all trying to assassinate my character up in here.
They know what you're doing. They know you. They know you a little bit.
I feel like Z Kelly in an interview. I'm fighting for my life. Why are y'all assassinating my character up in here, bro?
What you doing to me? I don't know how to hog tie people.
With that, welcome to the Diddy Cam. We're so glad that you joined us for Uncensored.
We are super excited about today's episode. Today's episode is absolutely insane, Jerome.
Yes, absolutely.
I've been doing too much. I've been doing too much. I will say right now, chat, we have. Do you hear? Oh, your sound on? Okay. Chat, I will say today's episode might get a little spicy.
I don't know why.
I'm just saying.
What do you have planned?
I have very little planned, but I know our chat, and I'm going to be very clear. If I hear some stuff in the chat, if it gets a little wild, you gotta go. This is a place of joy and fun, and we are excited to have some fun today. I know that a lot of you guys give us a what is it? Not heat, because I mean I can stay in the kitchen.
I got a ton of heat last week.
Yeah, how was it in the kitchen last week?
Dude, I gotta be honest with y'all. I love me some Canon. I do. But y'all be thinking that, like, Canon be paying me. Y'all be thinking I hate Lumix. I don't understand why y'all think I hate Lumix.
I will say I feel like I love y'all. But some brands are a bit, would you say, more sensitive than others?
This man hates Lumix.
I don't hate Lumix. I genuinely don't hate any brand.
Just wait. You'll hear it roll off the tongue.
I don't hate any brand. I really don't hate any brand. But I do hold every brand very accountable. Now, the thing I do hate, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna take the gloves off early. Okay? Gloves are coming off super early.
Okay.
Where are my gunshots? Gloves are coming off.
Can you do my gunshots?
Oh, you want yours?
Yeah, I would like mine.
All right, these are Jarrell's official gunshots.
Plop, 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 plop.
My actual thing that drives me crazy is the fact that I believe we make content for rational adults. And sometimes I feel like adults don't be adulting when they get to the comment section. You know what I mean? So, like, as an adult, if I say something about a camera that you don't like,
spicy,
I think that should be okay because you're an adult and you're entitled to your opinion. I'm an adult. I'm entitled to my opinion. And there are things that we say about our brands because I'll be real. I am the Red fanboy. I take look, I got my hat right over there. I'd put it on, but it's too far away. I can be considered a Red fanboy to a lot of people,
yes.
right? And if those same people were like, well, Reds are overpriced, I would say,
and
you ain't buying it. You know what I mean? So, like, if somebody says something negative about your camera that you love and you don't like what they have to say,
bro, I know what it is.
I would just be like,
I know
well, you
what it
ain't
is.
buying it.
Brandon, I know what it is.
What is it?
I think because we shoot red, I think that's why they come after us.
Oh, yeah. We got this, like, elitist status or something? I don't know.
100%.
It's
hey,
wild.
Case in point. So last week on a clip, I said, to me, the RE log thing is maybe somewhat of a gimmick. Not saying that it doesn't work. Not saying that it's not an awesome thing to be able to add to the GH7. It might just be a gimmick, though, to get people to buy more cameras. If you guys remember in December when I got the R5 Mark II, y'all be thinking I only shill for Canon. What did I say was a gimmick in December? Y'all can go back and look. I said the eye tracking autofocus. So not like the eye autofocus, but the eye tracking. It's a gimmick. I think anybody's capable of putting things in their cameras that maybe they don't intend to be a gimmick, but just don't work out to be a useful feature or something that actually sells more cameras. I can be real with Canon. I can be real. So I called it a gimmick.
So I will say on this show, we give our opinions. And there are times when our clips go out and people don't like them. And I would like to, at this point in the show, Drell, I'll take the camera so that way you don't have to be a part of this because I don't want to speak for you. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when we come to this show and we love hanging out with you guys, and I really love this show a lot. Like, I really love this show. I really love hanging out with you guys. And sometimes we say stuff that offends certain people because we're talking about your brand. And I know it's very easy to, you know, expect an apology or something like that. But I would like, from the bottom of my heart, to say that I would like to apologize to absolutely freaking nobody. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And if you don't like what we have to say, that's why we do this show live, because we want to hear what you have to say.
Yes.
We're adults who disagree. Me and Jarrell disagree. So if you don't like it, put it in the chat. And we're not afraid from it because Colton's already trying to say Brandon's shilling for Red. Have you seen their prices? Can't nobody shill for them people. Can't nobody shill for them people. All right. So, no, we absolutely love you guys. Those of you guys who really rock with us, you know we just messing around. We're having a great time. Yes. Ron says, Reds are overpriced. I still want one, though. They are overpriced, bro. They be overpriced. And I love it. Cam said that Brandon said Red is better than Ari. You know what?
Uh-oh.
Nah, I ain't trying to die. I ain't trying to die.
Don't want that smoke.
I don't want that much smoke. I'll take a little bit of smoke, but I ain't trying to get that much smoke. Oh, my gosh. No, we absolutely love hanging out with you guys. What did Logan say? It's kind of blocked by my camera. He says...
Yeah, it says, this is why it's called Uncensored.
This is the Uncensored show, and we do not care.
Yes, we don't care. Yes, we have very soft skin. So say what you want.
Go for it. All right. One more comment. This one came from Jonathan. Gosh, this camera is in my way. I can't even see the dang screen. Jonathan says, I just saw that YouTube canceled memberships. I have no idea what happened.
Hey, Jonathan, were you gifted a membership? And if you were gifted a membership, maybe it ran out?
Yeah, that could
I don't
be.
know.
That could possibly
be. But if
be
you
it.
bought it, and they canceled it, I don't know. That's weird.
You gotta let us know. Let us know what's going on. All right, we absolutely love this show. We're having a great time. Lumix gang, if you haven't ran away yet, welcome to probably one of the shows that you're gonna have a lot of fun with. We're super excited about today's episode because, you know, we know that we don't give Lumix
enough love.
And that's because, I mean, I don't think it's a surprise. Neither one of us really shoot Lumix. Yes. I have a little bit of experience with it. Jarrell has zero experience with it.
I've touched an S9 once.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You looked at it. You held it in your hand. But we are super excited because y'all know when I don't know enough about a situation, I am never afraid to bring in somebody who does. And so y'all saw his name and his face in the thumbnail and in the title. And so I decided, let's bring in somebody from the Lumix gang.
Lumix gang.
Let's bring Lumix gang into the stream.
We got Big Cook?
No, he left Lumix. The way this
That's why y'all Lumix people will be hating on me, but I'm just joking, bro. I'm just joking.
The way you threw the alley-oop and I had no choice.
He's Nikon now.
All right, but we are super excited to be bringing in our guest today. He is an amazing guy. I actually got a chance to hang out with him at Cinegear with Mr. Brandon Talbot, who's in the chat. What's up, Brandon?
What up, Brandon?
We all went to Cinegear together, actually stayed in a house together. Me and Zach have stories I don't know if we could legally share, but we're super excited to have Mr. Zach Mayfield in the building today. Welcome, everybody, chat. Welcome, Mr. Zach Mayfield.
Terrell is a menace.
Where's Zach? Did you make sure that he was ready? Did he text you?
Is he frozen?
No, he's not even on the screen. What do you mean is he frozen?
Oh, no, the fireplace is gone.
Yeah. Hey, Zach. Zach.
And his name is John C.
Oh, I got the name wrong.
Lumix gang, where we at? Where we at?
Oh my gosh. Lumix gang in the building.
Oh, man.
We have stories that are probably not legal from last year. That was scary.
Oh my gosh, Lumix gang in the building. Zach
I've been shooting Sony for like 2 years.
Oh my gosh, y'all. So, first off, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the
Dude,
show.
I'm so excited. I've been like watching your guys' show since we hung out at Cinegear because I was telling you like your clips are just obliterating my shorts feed all the time, which is so I'm glad I get to actually be a part of it with you guys and appreciate everyone in the chat. I'm like genuinely nervous right now. This is wild.
Oh, bro, with an intro like that, you just set the new bar. You just set the new bar.
That's true.
Yeah, nah, you absolutely just set the new bar. Kofi came in with the super chat. This man said, nah, I feel like I had to pay money for that.
Zach, you might be a professional dancer now.
Well,
I might be. I think I'm the wrong industry.
Bro, real talk, we have one of the wildest audiences. We have an audience full of tech nerds who pay grown men to dance on the internet. So
I'm gonna get into this streaming stuff.
Oh my gosh. Well, bro, thank you so much for coming on the stream. We're super excited to have you. Obviously, just to give context to everybody, not only does Mr. Zach Mayfield shoot Lumix, but he was also one of the lucky few to be invited to the Norway trip.
A Norwegian.
Yeah. He was a part-time 2-day Norwegian, if you will.
I was. I blended right in. It was
I feel like we
there.
would not blend in the same way, Jarrell. I don't know why.
Tight shirt Terry was there.
Tight short Terry probably did not blend in as well.
It was so much fun. Actually, like getting to hang out with those guys too. Like I've met some of them, but getting to actually hang out and talk shop and everything. It's just so nice when you meet other creators. You get to share stories, share struggles. And then obviously we got to test out this absolute honker right here.
Oh my gosh.
I like to expose the sensor. People love when I do that.
Yeah.
But they do have the cool little cover feature now, which is kind of sick.
Oh,
Dude.
well, we're going to get into the camera because I know we got plenty of people who have questions about the camera. I've got questions about the camera. I do need to shout out real quick, Mr. Caffeinated Camera, Brandon Talbot. He says Zach is going to need a chiropractic adjustment after that intro.
Dude, we have some well-endowed friends.
Wait, do you know what that means?
Kind of.
I don't think you missaid what you meant to say. Hey,
We'll roll with it.
Hey, Jarrell. You gotta go. You're gonna get us kicked off the stream
no.
already.
Logan says Zach moving so fast he caught some rolling shutter and misspelled my name intentionally. I see you,
Oh
Logan.
my gosh.
That's fire.
Logan.
Okay.
All
right.
So Zach, I gotta warn you. I should have warned you ahead of time. Our audience is as ruthless as we are.
Yes,
So
yes.
get ready for the smoke.
Sometimes more.
They are. They can.
They
They,
be- they be quick with it.
This is great.
yeah, they could. They could be a little quick with it. So no, we're definitely so excited about this episode. God,
Not Jarrell is right.
This is my first and last time being a guest.
I can
Great.
agree with that. Nah, he ain't lying. Y'all be sounding like y'all know.
Kobe said, "A win's a win."
Kobe's like, I'm talking about me.
This man said, "Pause."
Logan, you're good. I'm joking. I love you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Jarrell, you are. Oh, God. Oh my gosh. Well, real quick, couple quick rules for today. Sound off in the chat. Let's go
You
crazy.
need to look up that word.
That's just not a word you should throw around, my boy. Sorry, you took me way off. I feel like the chat is all hearing what you said in delay at different times.
You know what's happening right now? The universe is saying, y'all got 10 more minutes of not starting the episode.
We were doing so good. We normally are like 30 minutes behind. We're like talking about the subject, and then 30 minutes into the show, we're there. We're like 20 minutes in right now. We're like, we can get started. And Jarrell's like,
You gotta
nah, derail it.
Throw up Scott.
So is Scott.
Throw up Scott.
I can't even see his stuff here. Endowed Schiller's Hall.
Logan said, I almost spit out my coffee. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Brandon, I miss you.
My bad, bro.
Brandon Talbot.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're gonna start spelling uncensored with a C.
You're welcome, Brandon Talbot, the starter of all things.
Will says the well endowed. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
We go for moments here. We go for moments.
Oh man. What was I saying? Oh, the rules for today.
Yes.
All right. So if you've got genuine questions about this camera,
Yes.
we would love for you to put a Q, a colon, and then your question, because the chats are firing this morning. Y'all are doing what you do. We love hanging out with y'all, but if we want to try to find your question, you can either super chat it so that way it stands out, or you can put the Q, colon, and put it in there, and we'll definitely go try to find it. Oh my gosh. Man. Jesus. Bro, it's...
They won't. Is this the clip? Yeah. Uncensored's over. We're done.
This man said medium or...
Medium. I'm ready for that Fuji medium.
There will be no questions.
Be delicious.
There will only be facts from this point forward.
Jonah, what's up, Jonah? I love you.
Logan says he's done. He's not
He's
done.
not done. Oh, okay.
We got it.
We gotta get back.
We got it.
Hey, if you're still rocking with 121,
9 more minutes.
121 people rocking with us, hit that like
9
button.
more minutes.
Hit that like button for me, please. Hit that like button.
Yes.
Show the algorithm. We have a good time. Oh my gosh. Jonah says it was Zach's face that had him click on the stream. Well, I'm not sure what you were expecting when you got here. I'm sure it wasn't this, but we're glad you're here. We're having a great time. Oh my gosh, this is wild.
All right, give me the rules.
All right.
Give me the rules.
So, rules of the day is more so for chat. If you've got questions, put a Q, colon, throw them in the chat.
Yes.
Zach, this show is uncensored. So you know how it goes. We ask real questions, we want real answers, and if we get that nonsense, the chat's gonna let you know. Chat's gonna let you know real quick.
I'm just gonna start making up stuff and see if they're smart.
Well, that's fantastic. Well,
Yes.
dude, I gotta first start off by asking you, what was your experience like at Norway? Because I know I talked to Cam, and he said it was beautiful, great experience, but the weather wasn't great.
It looks so cold.
Yeah, he looked
Yeah.
very cold.
Yes.
So what was your
Well, he's-
experience
he's
like?
Yeah, I mean, Cam's just like always like running around the desert, just being
Yeah.
a little crazy boy out there. But I'm like in Indiana in the heart of winter right now,
Yeah.
so I'm like used to the cold. It was very similar temp wise for me. There's just mountains, so I was like, this is better. This is cool. But to add like a little bit of context to my personal view on the trip, so basically rewinding really far, I actually started getting serious about like filmmaking in my career, if you can call it that, with the GH4 like way back in the day. And I absolutely loved that camera. I shot an ungodly amount of wedding films and like music videos with the GH4 and GH5. After those cameras, I moved more into like cinema stuff. I got an Ursa G2. Then I had like a Fuji X-T4 era, which is Fuji Juice gang. If you're in here, you know. But then I like switched to Sony because I was doing a lot more YouTube stuff. So I've kind of been over the whole gamut, and now I'm in this phase where I'm trying to be like as brand agnostic as possible, so I can give people like genuine information. And of course, I'm going to troll on every brand possible. But I just wanted to provide a little context before going into like the Lumix event, because I really have like been over the spectrum of camera brands, and I always just want to use the right tool for the right job. I feel like we hear that a lot anyway, but I don't know. Hey,
We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
Nice.
Give me a sec.
You're good.
Hey, sorry guys. We were experiencing some technical difficulties, but I think that we are back. Give us a thumbs up in the chat if everything is good for you guys. But we were just talking with Zach just a little bit about his experience and his filmmaking journey. And so looks like Brandon is back. Are we good?
I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. I think what happened, guys, was y'all went a little too hard in the paint.
Ooh.
And y'all have already seen how when we talk trash about the wrong brand, they've shut us down before. We've been sniped before.
Yes.
So
Looking at you, Canon. Now we can add Panasonic to the list.
So I'm gonna be real with y'all. The show keeps moving. You think this gonna change me?
You can't shut us down.
You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now.
All
I
right,
guess
we
it's
good?
even in here. Yeah, bro, they still trying to fight.
What's
They're
up?
fighting us, y'all.
Do I need to do the twerk thing again? Just to
That might have been what got us, but we'll Hey, chat, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button to tell the algorithm, tell Panasonic, tell anyone who's fighting against us right now, you can't stop this show.
I told you the hate would slip out. I told you.
That's true. I did mention Fuji. That could be what got us too. Who knows? But chat, really quick. What I was just doing is just giving a quick context of like I came from shooting GH4, GH5 a long time ago, and it was just a cool like full circle moment to be at the Norway event, try out a new Lumix camera. Also, I do have the S9, but I was not part of that launch. I bought it with my own money, complete psychopath style. And it is my daily dad cam, actually. I use this thing all the time. So we can talk about any of that stuff. I'll do my best to answer your guys' questions, but I'm also kind of an idiot. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we're super excited. I'm glad that you had a great time on your trip. I do know that for me, when I've gotten a chance to go on different creator things, like we met at Condo at a Sony deal.
Yeah.
The best part for me is honestly getting a chance to hang out with other creators. Like that's my favorite part about the trip. Like, don't get me wrong, playing around with new cameras, always fun, right?
Yeah.
But I think the real deal when you go out there is being able to hang out with other creators and being able to have a good time. So for me, that's definitely the main reason why I enjoy it. But I'm glad that you had a great time and you got a chance to have your full circle moment, because I completely know what that feeling is like.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was so fun.
So I have a question. This came in from Cam Mackey. I can't find it because of everything that just happened, but I want to make sure we honor Cam Mackey's question because he's a longtime fan of the show, financial supporter of the show as well. So, we have to take care of those who shill to make money so that way we can get a piece of that money.
We want to help Cam make more money.
Yes.
So he can give us more money.
Right. So Cam wants to know, how much did Panasonic pay you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, are we talking like Bitcoin or like USD?
I think just complete currency. I'm just messing with you.
If you combine USD, Bitcoin, and V-Bucks, it's like 7.
7?
Yeah.
7 mil?
They gave you 7 Bitcoins?
No, it was like mostly just 7 V-Bucks. There was none of the others. That was not bad.
I love it. No, okay, so real question for you. So now you've had the camera. When was the trip? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I feel like it was about 2 weeks ago. It went so fast.
Yeah. So you had the camera now for like 2 solid weeks. Most people who are complaining about the camera have not touched the camera. So with you having, I'm not.
He said most people. He said you.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll wear it. I haven't complained about the camera, but I'll put that on my chest. I'll wear that badge.
Said nothing
as someone who has had the camera for the last 2 weeks, obviously one of the biggest complaints right now is the rolling shutter. What has your actual experience been like with the camera? Like using it on a regular basis? How have you been using it? Maybe give a little bit of context on your daily use case so that way people can have a little bit of context for how you're using it. But what has your actual experience been like over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah. Okay, cool. That was definitely one of my first concerns because the first day we got the camera, it was interesting because all of us were kind of itching to go out and shoot. But then a lot of us, at least a lot of the guys from the US, we were kind of hanging out and we were just diving into the menus for the first day. And we were just looking for little secrets and flaws and stuff. So we spent so much time in the menus. And that first day is kind of where I noticed some rolling shutter, but I didn't think it was going to be a big deal on the internet because I've shot so many projects, professional projects back in the day with cameras that had similar rolling shutter readout speeds, whatever. And just to explain the dedication I have to your show, I woke up at 4:30 this morning and went and filmed some tests of a female basketball player who's trying to go into the WNBA. And so sadly, I haven't had any time to look at the footage on my computer, but I have it on my camera. And really I think it's obviously just most noticeable if you're shooting in 8K because that's the slowest readout speed. But other than that, I think if you know what you're doing, it's not a big deal. I mean, doesn't the S5 IIX have worse rolling shutter performance and nobody really bats an eye at that?
Are you asking me, does another Lumix camera have worse rolling shutter than
I told you.
current? Jarrell,
I told you he would
it?
Expose himself.
What are you doing?
This entire episode, we're just going to point it out. I need a sound effect.
No, I'm asking. I don't
Exposed.
know. Jesus Christ.
I thought you were financially supported by them.
By who? Lumix?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't. Okay, look. So here's the deal. I gotta come clean. Sorry, Lumix is gonna break the NDA. I secretly say negative things about Lumix to keep them in front of people, so that way when a real camera comes out, people are ready to know about it.
Throw up Connor's comment.
Connor has made it very clear. If you
I'll do
accept,
it just for Connor.
He says, if you accept Cam's money, technically, that makes you a Lumix shill as well. Well, I guess you're right.
He did buy me a muffin at 7-Eleven or something, so I guess I am a shill.
No, but
honestly, after shooting this morning, I don't think it's gonna be an actual problem. That's why I wanted to go shoot some sports stuff because it's high movement. I think his name is it Jason Morris who films CrossFit stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if it's CrossFit, but he's always fitness. He's jacked.
Okay, yeah. He said he went and filmed some stuff. He was in Terry's live stream the other night, and I was just in the chat hanging out. And he said he filmed a lot of high-paced, high-movement CrossFit shoots as well, and he didn't think it was a problem either. So I don't know, man. Most of my filmmaking journey before YouTube was filming rock and metal music videos, handheld for most of it.
Yeah.
And I just I've had cameras with similar rolling shutter performance, and I just never really like worried about it, I guess. Because I feel like at the end of the day, like the viewer has no idea what that is for the most part.
Yeah.
Like we're the tech heads, we know what that is, so we might notice it and be like, "Ha, your line is skewed, dude." But the story is, I don't know, it sounds cliche, but it's like nobody cares.
I think I agree with you for the most part. I have a conspiracy theory. Can I put on my tinfoil hat?
Yes.
Can I put on my tinfoil hat for a second? Let's just
Go for it.
let's just drop that on. Have you ever heard of the term planned obsolescence?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, like, okay, yeah. Go for
All
it.
right. So you just asked me about a camera. Can you say the camera that you just asked me about before?
The Lumix S1R Mark II or
No.
the Lumix S5 2X?
Yes.
Mm.
So here is my tinfoil hat moment. Y'all, if it comes true, you heard it here first. I am convinced this camera has a X equivalent that we will probably hear about sometime in the future.
6.5 years from now?
No, like in the next year. Long enough to where when people buy this, I don't think they're going to pull a Canon and try to drop them before people's official order gets...
Because they're going to pull a Lumix exposed.
Jesus Christ.
I think you're wrong, Brandon. I think you're wrong. I think they're just going to make the next S1H. But then I guess I don't know.
So here's the reason why I know that this camera not having a stacked sensor saves a lot of money. Saves a whole lot of money. And literally just choosing to go with the stacked sensor could actually open up that ability to not have the rolling shutter. You might be, you as you said, the S1H, it kind of made me think maybe they go smaller resolution S1H and then it has a stacked or partial stacked sensor like we saw what Nikon did. Where because the S1H is always video focused, it won't have the rolling shutter issue that video shooters will care more about versus the S1R, which is supposed to be resolution, more of a hybrid photography focused camera, where it does it all, but like it leans more photography, and that keeps that camera a little bit cheaper. So that could be the case. Yeah, but I don't know. They keep doing, like, I feel like Lumix does that X and then like the blacked out version that they came out with last time. Was that the X? Yeah. I just feel like there could be a chance to do this, especially if because if you release this camera and the only thing that everybody's complaining about is the rolling shutter, and then you fix that one thing, you kind of have like a drop the mic moment where you're like, what you gonna say now? Yeah. And then we'll find something, you know?
Well, people will be angry though.
Well, really quick, can you guys pull up Remiko Productions' "We Need a Panasonic" comment, because this ties directly into what we're talking about.
Wow.
It's down.
Yeah, we're way behind. The EVA, the EVA 2.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. So he says EVA 2 and FX6, but 6K open gate with stabilization image.
Yeah. So Remiko, I specifically have been pestering Panasonic about the EVA 2 because I thought the EVA 1 was so amazing back in 2017. I don't know if do you guys know what the EVA 1 was?
Yes. We've talked about it on the show.
Okay, cool. Yeah, little baby Varicam. It was so cool. I have been pestering them for an EVA 2, but I think from what I've heard, it seems very unlikely because technically that camera is under like the Panasonic Pro division of cameras, which is like their Varicams and stuff like that. And from what I know, it seems like they have way less focus on that now. Like that division of pro cameras, like that team, I think still exists, but I don't think they're like actively making stuff. But I agree with you. I really want an EVA 2, but maybe we could get something like, I don't know anything. Genuinely, I do not know.
Wait,
but
blink twice. Blink twice if you...
Anyway, I think we could get like a Lumix version of a little cinema camera with NDs, with open gate, with stabilization, possibly. You know how sick that would be? That'd be so sick.
I think I think I 100% agree with you. I think that Lumix does need I don't want to call it a box style camera, but like something that's a little bit more cinema build.
I think we talked about this earlier though, in earlier episodes. Isn't the cinema division of Panasonic dead? Like the professional cinema?
Well, that's what he was saying.
It's
not.
Basically, it's not. I don't think it's like officially like it doesn't exist. I think it technically still exists, but they're focused on making like, I think it's like random products associated with filmmaking productions or something, but it's not like they're developing another Vericam or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but that was what I heard from somebody at Panasonic.
Our resident genius Scott Balcom says that Panasonic Cinema is dead. So if Scott said it, then it must be true.
I trust Scott because I met him at Cinegear when we were there.
Yeah, in Scott we trust.
True.
Now I will say, Preston mentioned the BS1H, which was basically an S1H, but like super stripped down in a box format.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't even know this camera existed until we were going live one day.
Yeah.
And I do believe that like I think Lumix could like let the cinema division go. That's what's going towards Hollywood, that kind of stuff. I do think there is still something for the independent like filmmaker for Lumix to try to tackle, because everybody here, or not, I'm not going to say everybody here, but probably most people here probably saw Cam's video. I don't think anyone can argue that you can get a good image out of this camera.
Beautiful image.
Beautiful image, right? And like, that said, I still believe that today, when it comes to cameras, I think the image quality that we're currently getting out of all the cameras is good. Like, you can make almost any camera work. I think the argument today is, and this is why I asked Zach the question I asked him, is how does the camera work for you? Because that's ultimately what we're choosing now, right? We're saying which lens mount is the best for me.
Yeah.
What body style is the best for me? What price is the best for me? But not many people are arguing about image unless there's something that degrades the image, which is why I think the rolling shutter got the heat that it got.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I think that most cameras today are actually really good, and it doesn't matter what brand is on the front of them. It really just comes down to, okay, like how now does this camera work for me?
100%. I think that watching Cam's video, the photos looked incredible.
Yeah, the photos are sick on this thing, dude.
They look so strong. And the video was also, and so part of that had to do with Blazar. No. The camera technically shot the video, but like,
yes, the Blazars definitely.
The Blazars help. It's not like Blazars did 5%.
Well, I can say I've seen Zach's stuff on this camera. Zach, your stuff looks great, but I have a question for you.
Guys. I'm no Cam, but here I am.
No, dude, none of us are.
Dude, I have not seen your video, but I want to check it out.
Well, I've got some images. We got some images that we're going to showcase in a minute. We're going to look at some of Zach's images just to see like the actual, like what he was able to pull out of this camera.
Yeah.
But I've got to ask you, Zach, from using this camera, what was your experience in that use case? So like, I know you told me how you used it, like, but when it comes to the autofocus, when it comes to the IBIS, when it comes to using it for photos, what was like some of the things that stood out to you that made you say this could be a daily driver camera or is your daily driver camera now? And then, what are some things that maybe you were a little concerned about?
Yeah, for sure. So like when we were first testing it out, the autofocus was being really sketchy. And I was like, wait, how is this possible? Because like the S9 and S5 IIX with their latest firmware, like super good, very reliable for the most part. So I was like, what the heck's going on with that? But that was kind of part of the point of the trip was like, yeah, we were there seeing the launch, but also we were kind of bug testers. So we were like directly reporting issues back. And like we found like little things that were wrong with the firmware. But that was like resolved within a week. Like we got an updated firmware before the camera was launched. I still had time to like do an autofocus test. So I didn't feel the need to mention like, oh, the autofocus was sketchy at first. Cause that happens with a lot of like pre-firmware and like pre-release cameras and stuff. Like they're fixing bugs. So now it's really solid. For me, I feel like specifically what I do, which is like mostly YouTube with like a lot of video, a lot of photo, some social, and then some freelance on the side. I could pretty much do everything with this camera. And like the ability to switch between photo and video, like I know that's not a new concept on this camera. I think it's just like a feeling thing. Like when you hold it and use it, it's so smooth switching between photo and video. I tried to like get this across in my review, but like it genuinely feels like two cameras merged into one, and like they have their separate feel. I don't know how to describe it better than that. And then also the fact that Lumix is continuing to work on this like Lumix Lab JPEG shooting thing. I get made fun of for JPEG, but I freaking love shooting in JPEG because I'm a dad. I don't have time to like edit 100 photos a night. So I can just like get these incredibly beautiful photos of my family and friends and just like directly transfer them to my phone super fast. I can either like text them to my family or put them on my Instagram story or whatever.
Right.
So it's like I can literally do everything I want to do, from like being a cheesy dad to like shooting pro video of basketball players and stuff like that. I'm like, it's sick, you know? I still I'm shooting, I mean, the live streams on my FX30, love that camera. I try to try out as many different brands as I can, but this is definitely going to be one that I use a lot just for my specific work.
Well, yeah, I would expect you to use a lot of different brands. I mean, most of the people I think we bring on this show shoot on a lot of different brands. And personally, I prefer to talk to people who have actually experienced a lot of different brands.
Yeah.
Because it gives you more context. You know, you can be like, oh, I really love what Sony does in this space.
Don't be like Jarrell.
Yeah, don't be like Jarrell and only shoot Canon.
There's actually been a few comments like being like, oh, he shoots on multiple different systems.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest with you guys, like Brandon's saying, you almost want somebody that has shot on Sony, somebody that's shot on Nikon, somebody that's shot with different cameras, because when they say this camera is good, they have something to base it off of rather than an echo chamber. Yeah. And so I know that we do gang up too much, like in the sense of like
it's fun.
No, it's fun.
It is fun.
I don't
but
think
it's
we do
like,
it too much.
It is, but it's just like you gotta keep an open mind that just because I'm shooting on red doesn't mean I don't love Canon or vice versa.
Yep.
Rational adults.
Yeah, exactly.
Rational.
We make the show for rational adults.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, last year I directed a little project that was like my buddy shot it on his Alexa 35. I didn't even shoot it, but like just editing that footage was such a treat. And then like a couple months after that, I did a similar commercial project, but we shot it on the Z8 with like a more stripped down crew, and it looked freaking incredible. Alexa, shut up. She's talking to you. You are not allowed to use Nikons. But I mean, like, you can get insane image quality out of every brand now. Like you were saying, Brandon, it's just like picking what works in your workflow. So
yeah, and that's
why
why
hating each other, people.
That's why for me it's always about like, what is the experience like? That's the number one question I ask is like, okay, what was it like to actually use the camera? Now Brandon Talbot, he asked, did Lumix give you guys to give the early adopters RAW support? So were you able to experience any of the RAW out of the camera? I'm sure Brandon's also asking for photography, because I know he's a photographer first, video second, but dang, it's probably so close for him.
Yeah, let's chat RAW. So like, let's go video really quick because that'll be faster. But basically, yes, it has internal ProRes RAW. I'm sure you guys already know that. I wasn't able to mess with that. I know Kofi had to do some ProRes RAW, like switch up stuff to get it to work in DaVinci. So he'll have more info on that. And then I think they confirmed that there's a firmware update that's going to bring RAW output to compatible Blackmagic and Atomos recorders, which is sick.
Yeah.
So for the video, great. I'm probably not going to shoot in RAW because freaking .mov on this camera looks insane. It's ridiculous. And then for photos, I shot some RAW. I did some like photo editing, but I genuinely don't consider myself like a great photographer. So I don't want to like comment on that too much. I feel like it looks really good. But I shot a lot of JPEG, a lot of RAW. The burst modes are crazy. Kofi confirmed ProRes RAW doesn't work yet in the chat here, so that's something to note.
Okay. But probably,
yeah,
I would imagine by the time they actually ship out, they'll probably have that fixed up.
I would imagine, yeah. They've been so fast behind the scenes. I think we got at least two, I think it was at least 2 firmware updates, like within a week.
That's really good.
Yeah,
now,
they were just...
Go ahead. So Logan says, did you try the new Flow app? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, So yeah, this was like shadow dropped within their presentation. Basically, like we went into this presentation room and they were like, no photos or videos in here. Obviously showed off the cameras. We were like, this is cool. and then they showed like a new app. Like they're like, we're still going to support Lumix Lab, but also we're introducing Flow. I didn't cover this in my video because I honestly wasn't that interested in it. But basically, it's like a entire creative suite app where you can like script your videos, storyboard your videos, and then use it as like a monitoring solution when you're filming. But some of us noticed like in the Flow app, I don't think you can add a conversion LUT to just view vlog. I think I might be wrong on that. I'm sure you guys in the chat will correct me if I'm wrong.
Dustin
but
Armstrong is here, and he's currently claiming to be the Lumix S series daddy. So
he truly is. He truly is.
This man is in the building. So
you're in the right place.
Hey,
daddy.
Dustin. Yeah, he says that his next comment says, "This popped up on my homepage, so I'm here." I hope you know where you're at. I hope you know where you're at. All right.
Oh, he said you can add any LUT. Dustin, does that mean like can you just preview log footage with Flow now? I feel like that wasn't possible, but I could be wrong on this. I'm sure you guys can help out here. But that's the only time I would use it is if I could just use my phone as like a preview thing.
Yeah.
But even then, like I probably won't use that very much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think for some people, like, I think a lot of times because these brands, like I said, the image is what the image is at this point. Everybody's, for the most part, I mean, based off Cam's video, this is possibly, strongly, the same sensor that's in the Ronin 4D 8K.
Yeah.
So with a lot of these camera companies coming out with similar cameras, even borrowing sensors from other cameras and other brands, literally, it's like coming out with use cases to make the experience for certain creators just a little bit better, because that's probably where the decision maker is. So even though this is a feature that probably, you know, like I don't think I would use, but there's probably people out there who would love this. Colton did ask though, and we know we talked about this last week, but he says, so no RE RAW in this camera. So there's no affiliation with RE in this camera whatsoever, right?
Oh, man, I was bummed about that. I mean, honestly, like, I know we kind of have seen like it could be considered kind of a gimmick in the GH7 because you do have to pay for it, and it still didn't
whoa! You can't just say that and just slide past it, because that got Jarrell roasted last week.
It did. Oh well, let me ask, because you are a Lumix user.
He already said.
And do you love it? Do you love it? Do you use it?
What, the Log C?
Uh-huh.
I haven't even used it because I did a GH7 video, but I know, I'm not afraid to say it, like,
did I tell y'all, chat? Ain't nobody using that gimmick.
You gotta pay for it.
I'm just playing.
I got a freaking mortgage, boys. I'm not a real area shooter here, but CST vlog into area log. Can't you just CST it? I'm an idiot. Whatever. Anyway, I was wondering if they were going to put that in this, like, in all Lumix cameras going forward. I was like, oh, maybe they have like a cool partnership going. But then, like, I don't know if like the GH7 that sensor was originally going to be for an airy, like, affordable camera, and like maybe they canceled the project and then like linked up with Lumix for one little thing. I have no idea. But I kind of wanted it in the other cameras, even though it's a little bit of a gimmick. I don't know.
I felt like if they would have put it in this camera, it could have become like the new staple, and it would not be a gimmick. It only being in the Micro Four Thirds GH7 makes it feel less valuable, like less of an integration with RE. I would have liked to have seen them like put this in. Like I said it when it came out, it being in the GH7 was like, okay, that's cool, that's great. You put it in GH7, you know?
Yeah,
it's like,
but if it was full frame.
But if it was in a full frame
exposed.
But if they would have put it in a full, I thought they would have put it in like the S5, what it would be, the S5 III at this point or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
So like that's where I want to see it. But I do want to see it. But I think they still have a chance for it to come out of gimmick land. It just needs to show up in like the GH, or not GH. What's the S1H? The next S1H. That's where it needs to show up. Quick question.
I doubt it now.
Yeah, I doubt it too. Quick question from the chat. Jury says, can you show how long the camera shoots continuously at 10 frames a second before the buffer kicks in? Have you done that test?
immediately.
Yeah, it slowed down pretty quick.
Yeah, and it takes a second. I did some burst shooting this morning too with the mechanical shutter with that basketball player, and it was fine. Like I don't know that much about like high speed photography. I don't use it very much, so I don't want to like pretend I know.
No, it's
But
good.
there's so many freaking good comments in here. So many good questions. Like D Rose said, no Type B card for this new camera. It does have CF Express Type B and SD. SD's nuts right here on the side. You can
Nice.
see that. Which is cool. And that's what's fun about this camera is like I don't feel the need to external record because I can do ProRes internal if I want to do like a client thing and really punch it up, or I can just stick with MOV. It's great.
No, yeah, I do believe that as far as the camera is concerned, I think it does offer a lot. I personally like what Lumix is doing, but I it's really tough because I feel like last year Canon swung so hard by dropping so many great cameras. I know this. I'm taking the camera away from you. I don't want to see you right now, Drew. So Canon swung so hard, dropping so many cameras in such a short time period that it didn't even leave people time to really like, oh, well, there's a flaw in this camera. And it was like, oh, no, but this camera is there. And then it was like, oh, but what about this and this camera? It's like, oh, no, here's another camera. And so Canon did that, which was great. Give Canon their praise. I really am interested to see what Lumix does next, which is unfortunate for me. That's the only real, because I don't care about rolling shutter. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Like, I don't really care that the camera has rolling shutter. If you care that much about rolling shutter, go buy a camera with global shutter.
Yeah, get the A9 III.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm shilling. Don't mess with my shill game. But I will say when it comes to Lumix with the GH7, my thoughts were I can't wait to see them take some of this stuff and put it into their full frame video focus camera. I thought this camera was going to be a big full frame video focus camera. I keep leaning back to I think it's really a really solid photography camera with some amazing video options because Lumix never holds back what they put in the camera, making it 8K, open gate, allowing you to shoot all these different video codecs. Lumix doesn't really hold back. Like we've always known that. I still think
for sure.
There is something in the tank for them to make an amazing video focus camera where they're not holding anything back to make sure that it works great for hybrid. So I'll ask you, Zach, what is something you would love to see Lumix do next? What is the thing that this camera doesn't give you or Lumix currently doesn't have that you would really be excited to see next?
If Lumix wants to like absolutely go balls to the wall, I think they should drop like you're saying, a completely like video focused.
I muted us.
Mirrorless.
Do you have a question for him? Because if not, I'm going into the game.
That's fine.
But have internal NDs. I told them straight up to their face too. I was like, if you guys can just do internal NDs, you know how insane that would be for like a mirrorless camera? Because like Scott was saying, like if the cinema line is dead, he said it's confirmed, I guess. Then like they're not at risk of cannibalizing their upper level systems. So why not just make like one of the first mirrorless cameras with internal variable ND? You know how freaking hard that would go? I would use it for everything.
Does the R7, not R7, does the C70 and the C80 count as mirrorless? I ask this because I keep hearing people say, oh, if Nikon could come out with the first built-in ND mirrorless camera, or if Lumix can do it, and then everyone complains about the distance. Well, the flange distance is too short. But again, I give everybody their stuff, right? For Canon to do it in the C70 and the C80 makes me go, it's got to be possible.
So Canon's not going to say that the C70 and the C80 are mirrorless.
I know they won't classify
They're
them
not
that.
going to classify it. I would throw the FX30, the FX3. I would throw the C70 and C80 in that mirrorless
hybrid.
But
It's like mirrorless hybrid. But I think the C70 and 80 are just so chonky. I'm talking about like, I know I'm going to get flamed, but like being like a mobile creator, like making Instagram and YouTube videos, like I'm not
You were
gonna
not
carry
muted.
a freaking C80 around. Yeah, you guys were definitely not muted.
I
so
love going live. Oh my gosh. I'm glad we
Yeah.
didn't say anything bad.
God,
Dude,
I
I
hate
just
that
think
Zach guy. He's so terrible.
Hey, I just muted
He
us.
just keeps talking.
When will this guy stop?
he's getting off our television show. Okay, yeah, let's say C80 and C70 are mirrorless for the sake of argument. It's still like you still have to like deal with the size if you're like trying to
Yeah.
do super mobile stuff, which for most people you're not filming your own face. Like those cameras are freaking awesome. But for me, I just like if I could
Clip
have
it.
something even
Clip it.
bigger than this, I'm okay with some chonk. I just don't want that much chonk. But
Yeah.
Cut
Cam
it.
says the Sony Baron was mirrorless. Yeah, I mean we could argue all day. I just want something
Well, okay, so
similar
that's
to this.
that
but with
is the
NDs,
that is
I'll
the
keep my-
argument though. That's the argument I keep making. Is I understand that the C70 and the C80 are taller cameras,
Yes.
right? But they have mirrorless mounts.
Yes.
Sony, they do something different with their electronic NDs, or they're not. They are electronic NDs
Yes.
instead of physical NDs. These cinema cameras can put these built-in NDs, and maybe I just need to speak with a engineer from one of these companies to figure out like how much height is required to put those NDs in, and is it a power issue? Or is it because it's not the mount anymore? I'm convinced.
It's a money issue.
You think it's a
Well,
money issue?
I think
What
it's
about
a
the-
money.
The
They want to
Blackmagic
keep it at a
6K
certain
Pro.
price point.
Doesn't that camera have NDs? Yeah, it's got like a chunky
Yeah.
front end. Maybe it's a flange issue with that certain mount because it wasn't an EF, but like that camera's not that big.
Which one? Which camera? Sorry, I missed it.
The
6K Pro.
Blackmagic 6K Pro. I believe it has NDs. I'm like just
The
give me that with
6K
autofocus,
Pro
I'm good to
did,
go.
but it had an EF mount on it, and that's why it had
Yeah, that's
room
what I
for
was wondering
NDs. But when they switched back to
What's
the
up, Sean
L
R?
mount version, the built-in NDs were gone. That's the Blackmagic. It's not. It's just called the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K. That's the L mount, and it does not have NDs anymore.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I have
yeah.
that camera sitting in a drawer.
So Scott says, oh, okay, here we go. Our residential fact checker, Scott Balcom, chiming in. He says that it lots of height. So that's our issue. It's going to be a height issue. And yeah, I guess we just got to figure out, I mean, how tall can a mirrorless camera be? Or I guess we'll never get it.
Pack Your Bags has an interesting comment about the X100
Yeah.
But to address this, I agree, and that was my same argument for a while as well. But I had somebody tell me like that's because it has a leaf shutter where they can do that in the lens. I think so. That's like what makes it a special case is they can throw that little ND in there as a part of that kind of a design. Because I was like, yeah, if the X106 can do it, why can't all these brands do it? But out of all the brands, I feel like Lumix could be the first to do it in a mirrorless camera because they're not jeopardizing their like cinema sales because they don't have any.
I know that Brandon doesn't believe this, but we put somebody on the moon. Make it happen.
For real, right?
Make it happen.
Bro, there's no way. There's no way we went to the moon.
He never took off his conspiracy hat.
Look, I'm
he
sorry.
put it on and it's still
Look,
on.
I'll tell y'all how I got a fact right now, all right? My laptop is in the other room, all right? I'm gonna pull down the veil of this show, all right? We stream from this room.
Yes.
The computer we stream from is in the other room.
Yes.
I send a wireless signal from that computer to this one. They are separated by less than 2 feet
A wall.
and the cheapest walls you've ever seen. And my signal cut out and pulled the whole stream down. And you want me to believe that we live streamed from the moon, my guy?
You don't have that 1960s technology, my guy.
Bro, they keep saying that my phone has more processing power than the ship that went to the moon. And my phone can't even hold a FaceTime call from Earth to Earth, my boy.
I'm just saying, put NDs in the cameras.
I'm just saying.
Don't tell me about no height. Don't tell me about no Problems?
When I can
I
FaceTime
agree
my
with
kid
Kofi
with
since
no
it's been
problems, then I'll
accurate.
believe we went to the moon.
Money.
Sorry, let me take this conspiracy theory hat off. You're right. I never took it off.
You're starting to sweat. We didn't go. We didn't freaking go.
Look at the shadows.
NASA would like to have a word with you.
There's no wind on space.
We will bring the moon into every episode.
Hey, look, some people understand. Jonathan gets it. He understands.
Yeah.
We're both gonna be locked up in the same cell together.
Special type of wavelength.
I'm just saying. This is look. Numbers is numbers. All right. I told you I'd have you off the show by 12 o'clock. That was clearly a lie. But before we get into our final segment, my boy, I gotta ask you one final question. That's just slipped my head.
Oh God.
The final question I have for you, Jarrell Stahl.
Do you need to know what you're doing next?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Well, I had a question. And I just
we have a question. Zach Mayfield, would you like to play The Price is Right?
No, we're not playing The Price is Right. The final question I did have for you, though, and because I do think this is important. So, like, obviously, you have an entire series on your channel where you have reviewed old cameras. Like a bunch of old retro cameras, which I really love that series a lot.
Thank you.
I also know that you've shot with a lot of brands, which we've talked about. So I've got to ask you really quick, can you tell us if you could build the perfect camera based off of everything you've seen from brand to brand, what would it be?
Oh my Lord.
You can pull 5 major features. It doesn't have to be crazy, but you could say, I'll take the sensor from this camera. I'll take the IBIS from this camera. I want this thing here. I want that thing here. Tell me, what would you say roughly if you could build a perfect camera? You could pull 5 features from any camera that currently exists, or maybe technology that you've maybe heard inklings about. You can't ask for a camera that turns into a rocket ship. But if you could make any camera, what would you ask for?
First of all, I'd want at least 40 milliseconds of rolling shutter readout speed. Just get nice jello lines. Just because I like my stuff to have kind of like a vibe. It's like I don't want to take drugs, but I want to feel a little wonky. You know what I mean? So that's step 1. Step 2 would be the sensor, the color of probably like the Pixis sensor. I love that sensor's color, and Blackmagic's one of the only camera color science that doesn't make my skin look horrible. Most of all the brands, I have red undertones in my skin, and all these sensors dramatically pull that out. Actually, I was talking to Cam and Connor McCaskill about that. Now they owe me money because I shouted them out, but Connor was struggling to get the red out of my skin because for whatever reason, most companies color science just makes that pop and it looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So Blackmagic Color Science probably picks a sensor that feel. I would do Lumix IBIS, probably from honestly the S1R II because it's just so smooth. It's not perfect, but it's good. I guess I would pick probably Sony autofocus, even though Canon and Lumix are close. They're arguably all great, but what else? Probably the look and feel of the Fuji GFX. They're just sexy. I love them.
Okay.
I think that's 4. What else do I have left? Oh, and then I would take the variable NDs of the Ursa 4.6K G2. I really regret selling that camera. Loved the ND wheel in that because it's just mechanical. No funkiness going on. All manual. Yeah. And then built-in VHS filters. That's it.
Built-in VHS filters. I love that.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
Can we drop a poll?
Yeah.
About this new Lumix camera?
Oh my gosh. All right.
I just want to know.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right. Dropped a poll right now. We want everybody, all 165 of y'all, to answer this question. Are you talking or are you buying the Lumix S1R II?
The votes are already coming in. Also, Scott, I'm curious. Scott said, "Hey Zach, there's a reason for that red shift." I'm kind of scared of your answer, but I kind of want to know at the same time.
There's a few people who are saying it's IR, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall definitely see. I will say, of the people who know the most about the sensors and who could probably answer that question for you, Scott's a good one. So you should definitely reach out to him, and he could not only probably explain it to you, but he could probably also
Scott,
solve it for you. if
Scott,
there's a
also
solution.
for calling me out. There's a delay, so when I post, it's immediate. But we did that in real time.
All right, we ready?
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and hop into a little game, Zach.
Yes.
Now, chat, just to give you guys a little bit of context of what's about to go down. Zach Mayfield actually took some photos of with the dang, I lost the name of the camera. S1R II. And I wanted to bring them up on the screen to be able to show you guys some of those images. But chat, Zach's going to need your help with this game. And chat, I would love for you to play this game too. This is our first time running this game. Zach, you are the first person to go through the gauntlet. So I'll run it and then I'll explain everything for you. Sound good?
Let's play.
The rules of the game are simple. I have a set amount of photos, and I want you to tell me what has been AI modified. Chat,
How can you even do that?
chat, chat,
My brain's thinking too hard right now.
chat. It is time to play a game.
Okay, Darth Vader.
All right, here we go. This is the first photo. Now, chat, Zach, I'm going to let the chat go first. So we got to give them time because, you know, there's a little bit of a delay to YouTube. But chat, I need you to look at this photo and tell me what has been AI. Zach, first off, what is your initial reaction to this photo?
First of all, the guy in the middle, insanely handsome. Whoever edited the photo has to be mildly attractive. And mostly all looks real so far. I'm still analyzing.
Chat, let me make it very clear. This is a real photo, but elements of this photo are AI. So we need to know what elements of this photo are AI. Because the chat is trying to say if it's real or if it's AI. Yes, it is very clear. There is some AI elements to the photo. What parts of this photo are AI?
I don't think that the jacket's red.
You don't think that the jacket is red?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Okay.
actually red because of IR pollution, just so you know.
All
You're
right,
welcome.
Mr. Mayfield, can you take your time and tell us what parts of this image are AI?
I'm going to say, first of all, I can tell that this was probably about 177 megapixel resolution photo. Looks like it was shot by a master. Beautiful colors, beautiful man in the middle. I'm going to say the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 in the front was photoshopped.
Okay.
In the foreground.
Anything else? You're having a hard time seeing it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's-
Yeah,
I
that's
see it
it
now.
for me.
I see.
That,
That-
everything
that-
else real.
Everything else in the photo is real.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that when it comes to your statement,
No!
you were wrong, my son. You were wrong, my boy. There's actually a lot more that's been AI'd in this photo. In fact, there's quite a bit. So the jacket, the jacket is actually not real at all. The jacket.
Am
the
I allowed
jacket
to
is-
say I shot?
Was I right?
You were right that the jacket was not red, but the jacket is not real. It was not a jacket. He was wearing a completely different shirt. Also,
Bro, did you take this? Did you take this photo?
I took this photo.
Bro, that's so high. You didn't remember he had a jacket on.
That's in my backyard, bro.
What's also crazy is that you didn't point out the sloth, my boy. You see the sloth climbing up the tree?
You're right. My light's kind of reflecting off my screen. I'm gonna adjust.
Yeah, you might wanna adjust that.
So the DJI
there's a
Osmo
sloth
Pocket 3 is
and,
real?
And the Osmo Pocket 3 is 90% of it is real. And this is actually what blew me away. All right, it was like half cut off, so you can see where the red line is. I generatively fill the edges of the side of this, and so that is the DJI Pocket is real. It knew to end the camera right there.
Zach, you didn't remember the DJI Pocket being in the shot?
I was being a little facetious on that one.
Oh,
For the
okay,
rest of them, I'm gonna be straight up. I was being a little bit.
All right, this next one should be pretty easy for you as well. All right, chat. So let's help Zach figure out what's real and what's fake.
Help me chat. Help me chat.
All right, this is Zach's first time looking at these images. Here we go.
I genuinely have not seen this. I hate you.
Now, this photo was taken with the brand new Lumix S1R II.
The
Doso. And this was taken in Norway. An amazing photo. I mean, couldn't have timed it more perfectly. So, chat, I need you to tell me, before Zach gives his final answer, what elements of this photo are real and what elements are fake. Zach, I'm hoping you should be able to nail this.
Well, I think you're doing some extra goodies that are a little harder to depict. I'm gonna look for. I'm gonna try to nail this one. Okay, let me see. Gen Phil's pretty great. Fishing boat and whale are fake. Gen Phil the photo. Oh shoot, what the? Okay.
Wait. So can you tell me what you think is fake?
Right now, you want me to give it away?
The chat has had their time. I see the chat is they're putting in their answers.
Okay.
Kofi's like, I didn't see no whales.
Kofi, you were there, so you don't give it all away, all right, my boy. All right, let's go, Zach. Chat's had their chance.
Okay. So I'm gonna say the boat on the left, totally fake. I would never shoot a boat that looks like that. Whale fin,
get out of my frame.
Although it's sexy, love a good whale tail. That one's fake. Bottom foreground red element. I don't shoot photos of fire trucks in the ocean. It's fake. Yes. And then I feel like I'm overcorrecting here, but I feel like actually no, I'm gonna just go with that. Those are my three. That's it.
Is that your final answer?
That's it. I'm locked in at those three. Locked.
He nailed it.
Wow.
That is correct.
That's why he's everything. That's why he's the GOAT.
My sound effect. It's mine.
Bro, I love that. No, bro, you absolutely crushed it. When I showed this to my wife, you want to know what she thought was fake? She was like, well,
What?
Clearly, who would put a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean?
That's insane. That was real. The mountains are real. I saw somebody doubting the mountains.
No,
That
the
stuff's
mountains.
all real.
The mountains were real. I tried to catch you off guard and was like, maybe he won't realize I put like the railing of the boat in the frame. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was going for, not a
second,
fire truck.
He says he's not
For
a
a second,
photographer.
I thought the mountain on the right, like the dark mountain behind the whale, I thought that was added for a second. I was like, wait, did he add that?
Very close. I kept trying to put birds in here, like around where the thing was. And dude, the way Generative Phil was like,
Just
oh,
massive
so you want
birds.
like a pelican? And I was like, nah, I just want like, some birds flying in the distance. They were like,
Yeah.
oh, a giant dove? Got you. What are you doing?
Yep.
All right, you
Saw
ready
the
for the
dove.
next? You ready for the next one? All right, chat,
Yeah,
let's go. Let's do
yeah.
this again. We got a few for you. Here we go. All right, you did
Oh my
not
gosh.
take this photo.
Model? I did not take this photo.
No, but I got an
never
amazing
stopped
photo of this like super handsome dude, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be perfect. This will kill it."
This might get you in
This
trouble,
one's
but
talking
that Dell is fake.
There's
Well,
only one
let's
Dell
give
in
the
this photo.
chat some time.
I don't know. I'm just guessing like the chat.
I know. Let's give the chat some time.
This man ain't never held a Dell in public.
This is interesting.
You gotta chill. Someone said Brandon's calves. My boy.
Yeah, those things are thick, dude. What the
He got
heck?
that pump going.
Sheesh, dude. Fresh out the gym.
Leg day.
Why does your shadow look like busted?
Hey, don't make fun of my body type. I got a weird body type.
Body, it's your shadow. Blame the sun that we haven't seen in real life because it's fake.
Oh, we got a new conspiracy. Is the sun real? Sorry, let's keep going.
You done brought all the flat earthers here with that moon stuff.
Here, boy. Oh my gosh.
All right,
Okay,
Zach,
I don't.
it is go time. It is time for you to figure out what was real and what was fake. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna start bold. I think the entire left third, where the sidewalk like turns into a road, I think you can kind of see a straight line there on the left third. I think that left third of the photo, the grass looks way over sharpened and fake. That's that whole left third, completely fake.
That is correct.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm actually right now. I think the calves are real. I've seen them in person. Those things go hard, dude. The medium format calves for sure. Let's see.
That is correct. Those are my calves.
Woo! I'm gonna say your shoes have been replaced. No! Really?
No, those are my shoes.
Dang. They're clean, dude. Good job. And I'll say the bench was added in. That's my last one.
The bench was added in, but I will reveal this photo. This is one of my favorite things I love about generative fill in Photoshop. This entire photo is just the middle section. Everything from the right and the left is completely generatively filled. I put in the bench as a little bit of a throwaway, but the entire right side has also been fully generatively filled.
Why don't you have something? Why don't you have a circle around the Dell logo?
Because this photo was actually from a Dell sponsor deal.
Dang, dude. That looks good. I actually thought maybe you like tried to replace the MacBook logo or something, but I was like, no, maybe that is a Dell.
No, that was a real Dell. And I'm going to be, and I will be very transparent with you guys.
Okay.
I took that Dell deal because my son needed a PC.
Oh, that's cool.
And so that is actually the PC my son uses
that's dope.
to be able to do all of his stuff inside of Blender. And he wanted a PC computer. So when the opportunity presented itself,
that's dope.
I shield for my babies.
Yes. Can't wait to do that someday when my baby grows up.
All right. You ready for another one?
Yep.
All right, cool. We're just going to keep letting it fly. I'm having fun with this. All right. Let's take a look at this photo. Now, this one should be interesting. I hope this one is from a special guest. He's been on the show multiple times. He's here. He normally is rocking with us. Can you tell me what portions of this photo are AI?
That's tough because I think those kinds of birds are native to Norway. Let me see. Yeah, no, you can see the birds merging with his shoulder, dude. Fake.
That's correct.
Get that phone out of my face. Let's see what else we can freaking. I gotta get locked in, boys.
Is this infamous?
No.
Are the yellow straps on his wide shoulders fake? I'm gonna say they're fake. No!
Wow.
Those are real.
the heck? Those actually look AI to me. That's crazy.
No, that is real. I'll give you a hint. There's only about 2 things left.
2 things left. I mean, that looks like his body. It's nice and tight. Looks like it's worked recently.
Hey, yo.
Dude, the way that the chat has
Maybe
continued well endowed is so funny, bro.
Just from the beginning, staying strong. I don't know. Maybe the guy on the left. It looks like they added some sort of like freak kind of. You know how AI adds just like total freak shows sometimes. It looks like the guy on the left, complete freak show. Added
Complete
in
freak
that
show?
third
Yeah.
freak show on the left.
Well, I'll give you credit. That is partially AI. One more. One more.
This one though. One more.
Yep.
Jarrell, can I phone a friend? Jarrell, can you hop in on this one?
Yes. Do
What do you
you
got?
want to know?
Oh, if you know, don't say.
Oh.
We'll let him guess.
Cam,
You
can
know-
you help me out? You were here.
No, I don't know for sure. But there's just something like there's something weird about that camera.
Maybe yeah, the lighting on it does look a little. Maybe.
I actually have a theory now.
Okay, let me hear your theory. It looks
No,
like a
I-
film camera. he would use.
We don't have to. We'll figure out what.
Brandon's like, shut up.
All right, Zach, I need your final answer.
I think I'll just agree with Jarrell. I think the camera's got to be botched.
That is correct.
Okay, cool.
Actually, the
No.
entire outer frame was
Oh.
all AI.
Dude, I was wrong.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
I was wrong.
Is
I
that
actually
extended?
thought my theory is that it was just Cam's face and everything else was
Oh.
because I'm like looking at things and things look weird, bro. There's a lot of things that look weird.
Yeah.
Not a good photo for sure.
No. Terrible photographer. All right.
Like
Next
his
one.
shoulder looks weird. It looks like his shoulder's falling off his body.
You got nice shoulders, okay? I've seen them. Okay, so we got some sort of like horse activity going on, maybe prepping for a little stampede shoot. This looks like a Cam thumbnail. Wait a minute. Cam's hair has been extended. The man's got locks in this one. Fake hair. Bottom part of the frame, fake.
Bottom pro. Okay. What else you got?
That looks like a real cowboy hat to me. Let's see here. I'm looking at the shadows. Looks like the horse's face shadow hitting the fence matches Cam's, but I still think the bottom like whole part. You know what? I'm gonna say the horse is completely fake, and the bottom of the frame. I bet it's just a shot of Cam. That's what I'm gonna say, and it's been extended all the way to the left.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, I think so.
The slow.
Do I give it to him? He kind of got it.
What did he get
What did I
wrong?
miss?
I'll give it to you.
Connor says completely real.
What is inside the green box is all that is real.
Oh wow, that was kind of right, but yeah, it's like even more drastic than I thought.
Yeah. So Cam's whole body, fake. Top of the hat, fake. Horse, fake. But I will say, I was very impressed with the horse.
Oh, the horse looks real.
That's a really nice steed.
I feel like this could absolutely work as a thumbnail, like an actual thumbnail.
Yeah, really good.
Cam, Brandon's charging $99.99 for
Yes,
this thumbnail.
for thumbnails. Yes. All right, here we
Comma
go.
comes after the first 9.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay. All right. Analyzing. What the heck is going on here? Okay, that tree on the left where the light's hitting it looks a little wonk to me. And there's like a weird frame. Wait, there's like a weird frame going on around this one. What did you guys laugh about?
Because Cam was like, I didn't even notice my body was fake.
Cam's like, I'm built different.
I'm gonna say like the left part with like the fire all the way to the left where that left side tree is, that's fake. Left side of the frame.
Okay. So since you're guessing so much, why don't on this one we just flip and talk about what's real?
Ooh, I like that.
Because that might actually be easier. Because I know the last one I kind of threw you off, and so I think you're looking a lot now. So let's just see. What do you think?
I think the blue tent is real. Is that correct?
Continue.
I thought I was gonna get a little ding. Never mind. I don't need the ding. Whatever. I think the trees on the right side.
You're being gaslit right now.
Is the whole thing real?
What is your final answer?
Or is it all fake? I don't freaking know. The blue tent is real and everything else is fake. Oh,
I'm sorry. Are you ready for me to reveal?
yeah, I want to see what the heck's going. This one's hard. There's so much texture.
Yeah. That's because the entire thing is fake. The entire thing is generated from Photoshop.
Brandon's brain. Brandon's
I mean, that's
brain.
kind of wild, honestly.
Yes. The entire thing was fake. However, you still did a great job. Good job, my boy. You did fantastic.
The lights, the shadows, the hot spots, crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
I will
real.
say it
That's
is a
scary.
very tough game. AI has definitely gotten so good at this point. I will say, like the Jeep in the back, I went in and finessed that a little bit, finessed the fire a little bit, but I did not actually use any other tools other than generative fill. All I would do was just, at first I started with the forest, and then I started using AI to basically just start removing sections. Like I cleared out, I put the tent in, and then I put the chair in.
The red chair directly facing the blue tent is kind of a funny giveaway that I just noticed. Like, who would sit there?
Dude, that's because I kept saying, chair that faces left. And it was just like, no. And then the Jeep, I got like, what I learned from generative fill is like the pixels around what you're filling are so important because like I kept wanting a Jeep that fit that direction, right? But then the Jeep that he gave me that was facing that direction wasn't like the Jeep I wanted. So then I just left the tires and selected around it so it would force it to make a Jeep that sat in that direction. And it worked out great.
This is Brandon's way of saying it's time to start looking for a new job.
I'm selling that image to Academy next week to help them sell more tents. So.
Photographers, get a new job.
It is a little scary.
or just learn how to use this, you know. It is what it is.
It's a
Dude,
good game.
yeah, thank you so much for playing and being such a fair sport about it. Like I said, you absolutely crushed it. I'm really surprised that you did so good. So before you head out, we got to ask you, let the people know, where can they find you? Where can they keep up with what you're doing? Let them know.
So I'm still building my dancing channel. So that's not launched yet, but I will notify you guys when that's ready. It's going to be a lot of like trap music and like kind of like butt cheeks and stuff like that. So I'll let Brandon know when that's ready. Other than that, you can check out my camera and tech channel, which is just my name, Zach Mayfield. Same thing on Instagram. It's pretty much all I got. Having some good times, trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing with my life. And I appreciate all the support. Thanks for having me on your show, dude.
Dude, of course.
My baby's going to make an appearance.
Is your baby going to make an appearance?
Want to see my baby really quick?
Yes, let's do it.
Is that my baby? He's a mess. It's my baby!
No, baby.
Hey, buddy! Check out this guy. Anything to him? Did he poop?
Yeah.
Poop for sure. Dude.
Well, we'll let
That's
you go
uncensored.
take care of that baby. You go have a great time.
All right,
we'll
guys.
send you off. Thank you so much, Zach, for hanging out with us. We really appreciated you. My boy, you are amazing.
You are the best.
Guys, show some love for
You guys
Zach
are great.
Mayfield.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Name is John C.
Thrust.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Bro, so good. Such a great guest. Thank you, Zach, for coming on to the show. Being a good sport.
Yes.
Dude, dealing with the technical difficulties and
Yes.
obviously bringing all the joy. Dude, that was amazing.
Dude.
Dude. Hey, chat, show some love for Zach Mayfield one more time.
Yes.
Show some love. Show some love.
You know what's crazy, Brandon?
What's that?
Obviously, we have Lumix Gang in the chat, and I'm sure Zach brought people from Lumix Gang.
Yeah.
I'm a little blown away by the poll.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the poll.
94 votes in, so if you haven't voted, definitely go in there and vote right now. But with 94 votes in, we have 27% of people in the polls saying that they're buying, which that's real close to 30 people. No. See, I told you.
It's just the way you said,
Exposed.
it. It was the way you said it.
30% of 100 people just on our live stream.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
So
Because I was expecting like sub 10%.
yeah. Well,
Single digits.
Well, and I think that's a good thing. I think that it's no matter what happens with a camera, no matter how people talk about the camera, if the camera is for you, the camera is for you. And that's the entire point, right?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
you should be able to find a camera that you like, it meets your needs, and regardless of what, idiots on the internet who love to talk about cameras all day and into red microphones say, you should buy the camera that you want to buy.
Buy what you want.
I am super Giovanni says Jarrell is a menace.
What did bro? This man be speaking conspiratorial hate against Lumix.
I do
and
not.
Hold
on.
Y'all be calling me out when I say
hold on.
30 people. That's a lot.
I don't speak conspiratorial hate. I have a lot of conspiracy theories.
We didn't land on the moon.
Nope.
It's flat Earth.
I didn't say that one.
Lumix sucks.
I definitely didn't say that one. Oh my
This
God.
man, no, I'll tell you the conspiratorial hate. This man said, I don't care about rolling shutter.
No, that's not what I said. I said if you care, I don't care about rolling shutter in this camera, because if you care about rolling shutter, go buy a camera that has a global shutter. That's what I said.
Bro, this man said, I don't care about rolling shutter.
You know why I don't care? Because my cameras don't have that problem.
This man cared so much about rolling shutter that he went out and bought a red.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, if you guys have been thinking about picking up this camera, you guys have sounded off in the chat. Let them know. If you guys love this camera, if you're excited about this camera, go ahead and buy that camera. I don't have links down below in the description, but I'm sure Cam Mackey does. So go watch his video and go click his links in the description.
Guys, you know what you should do, because we bring you so much value? You should take the 5% commission that we would have made if we had links in the description and just send it to us directly.
Or become a member. I'll take that. I'll take that too. All right. So now that we're kind of towards the roundabout endish of the show.
Middle of the show?
Well, I don't
only
know,
talked
bro.
about one topic.
I don't know how we're going to get to the rest. We're running out of time.
This is true. We got some time.
Yes, I do want to ask.
never mind.
Yeah, you see what I'm
Wow.
saying? I do have a genuine question for our chat. For those of you guys who are rocking with us, if you're rocking with us at this point, you're a ride or die. You're real. You're
Yes.
running with us, right?
Yes.
So we have this idea. Call it a grand plan, if
Okay.
you will.
Yes.
We have had the idea of for our members to add in a pre or a post show. Now, Drew, I need you to do me a favor. Set up a poll for
Okay.
me on this. But for our members who are currently rocking with us, who are in the chat, before we get in to talk about the other camera that was announced this week, my question is, if we were to do a additional stream that either came before this stream started or came after this stream was over. So basically, either we go live early to our members and then we roll that straight into the stream, so a little early gang streaming, or if we do a post stream, so more of an after party stream ends and then we do something extra at the end, where would you prefer that thing happen? We're about to get into the new Sigma camera, which I've got some weird thoughts on that, but I do want to ask really quick, would you prefer a pre-stream or a post-stream sound off by voting? All right. You get it set up?
Sure.
Sure. All right. You ready?
Yes.
Now
It's launched.
All right. So the poll is up. Let us know what you guys think in the poll. We want to definitely hear from you guys. But what I do want to hear about next is this new Sigma camera.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously because we do this show, now I've gotten to the point where a lot of you guys in the chat who follow me over on Instagram at BWatchMedia will reach out to me when new things drop and ask me my opinions. This probably next to the Nikon or the Red getting the Nikon mount is one of the things I got the most DMs about, which I was really confused why I was getting DMs about it, because I didn't think, like, when I saw the camera, I glanced at it for like all of like 15 minutes and was like, oh, don't nobody care about this camera. And then I moved on. But then I started getting messages after messages after messages. And then I saw Kofi was tweeting, whatever it is, about this camera. So I got to know, Jarrell, first, let's explain what this camera is. And we got to figure out what this camera's all about.
Okay. The Sigma BF mirrorless camera. It is a 24.6 megapixel full frame BSI CMOS sensor camera. It has hybrid phase and contrast detection autofocus. It's a unibody, so that is something that is very unique about this camera. Cut out of a block of aluminum. It has a feature that most cameras do not have, except maybe some Hasselblads, but it has 230 gigabytes of internal memory. And last but not least, it is L-mount compatible, or what other mount does it come in?
Does it come in another mount?
Is it just L-mount?
Might be.
Maybe.
Sigma is a part of the L-mount alliance.
Yes.
So it might just be L-mount.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
6K 30,
Mm-hmm.
and under full HD, you can go up to 120 frames per second.
And if I remember right, I don't know if you just said this, but it's $2,000?
It is $2,000.
All right. Now, I find this very interesting. Logan himself, trash talker extraordinaire, has said, I pre-ordered the BF.
Why?
That is a genuine question. I really want to know.
Yeah, I want to know why you did it.
So when I saw this camera, and like before I saw the specs of the camera, the look of the camera, before I saw the price. And I was like, okay, so it's like super minimal, tiny, dang near no buttons on there, a screen that doesn't swivel, right? L-mount on it, and I heard a little bit of the specs on it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a Sigma S9, is what I initially thought. I said, this is a Sigma S9. And then I saw the price at $2,000. And I was like, is this a budget man like Leica? Which is kind of what a S9 and a Fuji X100 and all those things are. But for a company like Sigma, which, don't get me wrong, has some of the, if not the best, I'm not going to say the best lenses, but I'll definitely say the best bang for your buck lenses. It makes sense for them to come out with a camera.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we've been making lenses. Now we made a camera to go with all the lenses we made.
Yeah.
But I really want to know, and I hope Logan has sounded off in the chat, who is buying this camera and who is it for? Is it for someone who wanted an S9 but wanted something that was more of a visual staple? Because it definitely strikes me as a camera that people are going to take photos of the camera as much as they'll probably take photos with the camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gosh. I mean, to me personally, it looks cool, and it also gives vibes of point and shoot camera to me. So, like, I feel like this is something that I would need to have in my hands to appropriately say, "Oh, I love how it looks," because I do like that it's made out of a unibody.
Yeah.
It definitely has a cool vibe to it, and then at the same time, with its limited buttons, it just gives feelings of point and shoot.
Yeah. So Kofi says, rich people buy this. It's rich people. It's only $500 more than the S9. Right?
Yeah, but it probably does 500 less things than the S9.
That is also true. It seems like it's like, because this is not the first camera from Lumix, right? Logan says, it's my fun camera. If I can use it as an occasional B camera, sweet. This is not a camera to make me money.
Dang, Logan's gotta like that, bro.
Bro, he say fun money.
This is fun. He been getting them that Ron.
Yeah, that boy making real Ron on the day. No, it is a very interesting camera. Now, my thought is it feels like it is premium like a Leica. Giovanni actually had a comment. He says, it's got the premium feel of a Leica, but it's in the affordable range. It definitely gives me that, like, oh, we want it to be super high end and focus on the build of this thing.
Yeah.
From the marketing, from off jump, right?
Yeah.
And like, you can always kind of tell what a camera brand expects this camera to be based off how they choose to market it. Because when you start talking to me about like how you made it and the design and the materials that it was made with, and you don't start with the images that it's taking, it lets us know real quick, like, okay, this is for someone who cares about the actual aesthetics of the camera. But I just wonder, does Sigma have a secret gang out there that I don't know exists? Because like, we know the Lumix shooters, right? And like we'll say that Lumix gang is in the building. We know the Leica shooters. We know they got money, but we know they take great images, and there is something to the Leica color. But is there a Sigma gang that I don't know about?
Bro, Logan is starting. He is the El Presidente of the new Sigma gang.
Is that what it is?
He's like, let me get this pre-order in. I'm going to be the president of Sigma.
He might be. He says, photo video isn't my main gig anymore. I just use this gig to fuel my gas now. Well, hey, you know what? You got to put gas in the car.
Yes.
But the question is this going to spawn? Because this camera definitely looks like a camera that, this is going to sound bad, but I don't mean for it to sound bad. But this definitely kind of hits me as the hipsters will adopt this camera. Like the people who took the what was the Fuji? X100V and made it where it costs more money to rebuy it than to actually buy it.
Yeah.
The people who started that trend, this camera, to me, looks like the camera that could 100% be the new, this is the trendy camera, everybody wants it, and the reason why people want it is because of things that Logan said, which is that they just want a fun camera. It's not for work. This is just, we want it simple.
Brandon, how do I get the job of being the person that takes the photos that get used in the marketing campaigns?
Oh, you got
Because
to show hard.
Whoever took these photos that are showing up on B&H to promote the camera.
Be careful. We love B&H.
No. Like, they're good.
Okay.
Do you think B&H took it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Go look and see if those same photos are on Best Buy.
I'm going to say
I haven't seen the photos.
the uncensored show is censored for 5 seconds.
Are we gonna destroy them?
Are we muted?
No, we're not muted. I don't know how to mute it. Is it only on B&H?
I'm
No.
looking.
No, don't do that. I don't know who the photographer was, but are they that bad?
All I was gonna say is they're not selling they're not helping to sell the camera.
Let me see.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh no.
Can I get that gig?
Oh no. Are they that bad?
I mean, they're just not selling the camera. They're not bad photos. They're just like,
I got it. Hands are on.
maybe they're going for that real like soccer mom aesthetic.
Oh, Why does that sound more disrespectful? Oh yeah, no, these are not the photos I would expect to go hand in hand.
Don't all go to B&H right now and look at the photos.
Why did they take a photo of an empty parking lot?
I'm just saying, can I get that gig? Logan, maybe you should take the gig.
Logan's got it. Logan's the official captain of the Sigma gang.
I was expecting for mines to be blown.
Oh, Logan has corrected us. He says they are the Sigma Collective.
And he is the self-appointed president. Okay, so Dallas says the website is beautiful. So maybe
they got better images.
Maybe it was the B&H photography.
Somebody says this is a knockoff Canon Elfie. What's the Elfie? I don't even remember that camera. I'll have to take a look and see. You know, I feel like this camera is very uniquely put, and I was really hoping that it's Elf, my bad, not Elfie. I was really hoping that going live, somebody in the chat would make this camera make more sense to me, because I kept getting messages about it. I still don't quite understand it. So until I fully understand what this camera is supposed to be, other than just, a beautiful piece of...
The website's helping to sell it.
Okay.
It is. Like, I mean, you can look at it. It's making the camera look very...
Yeah, but see, this is the point I'm making. They're starting with the image of the camera.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing very many images from the camera. Oh, they're at the bottom of the website.
Yeah. It's helping. The website is helping to sell the camera. I think this is for maybe people. I don't know that this is your first camera.
Oh, no.
But maybe they're trying to appeal to non-photographers.
I have
Is
a
that
theory.
safe?
I have a theory. You ready for this?
Yes.
Here's my theory. If you are a part of the L Mount Alliance to sell lenses, I am sure that if you're going into business with Leica, Lumix, Panasonic, there are probably rules. Like, I would imagine Leica has certain rules within the L Mount Alliance that says, all right, our name holds the most weight, we're top bill. Lumix, after these features roll out on a Leica, then you can incorporate some of these. So that way there's no direct competition. Sigma, who feels like they are sort of the accessory to this L Mount Alliance, makes me then think that there were probably certain rules that said, hey, Sigma, we don't mind that you make an L mount camera, but it can't compete directly with our existing cameras. So you need to bring something uniquely different to the market. So this way, because Leicas don't really compete with Lumix cameras.
Yeah.
Sigma making a camera, if it enters in, it can't directly compete because since you share the same mount, you make it way too easy to jump from one system to another.
Yeah.
So if you're going to come together and make an alliance, there probably is a clause in there that says you can't make anything that competes directly against us.
Yeah.
So this was Sigma's main approach to release a camera, but that doesn't directly compete against a Leica or a Lumix because it is so uniquely different. That is sort of my theory on this camera. What do you think?
Snooze.
Cam just says, I don't get it. Yeah,
Snooze. Like, don't get me wrong. I can give props where it's due. I'm not a Canon shill. It looks pretty. And it looks like a point and shoot, but that just be because it's not in my hands. The images on the Sigma website of the photos that it's taken, supposedly, look really good. But I feel that way about every modern camera.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
$2,000 is steep. If it was maybe $1,000, honestly, if it was $800, I'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That is a tough one.
I don't know how much aluminum costs though.
I see a comment in the chat I'd like to address for a moment if we can step to the side. Premier earlier, I think he commented and said he was 13, which was like
Yes.
crazy. I saw that comment, but I didn't have time to pull it up on stream. Now he's saying Mr. Washington, which is disrespectful.
He's calling you a dinosaur.
He says, I'm trying to decide between a used red Monstro from B&H or a Komodo XZ.
Gosh, that's hard.
That is so hard.
That's so hard. It really comes down to two things.
What do you think?
Do you need autofocus?
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking. Like, if you don't need autofocus, the Monstro is an incredible camera. But if you do need autofocus, the Z.
Yeah, for me, it actually came down to your acquisition of media. That to me is actually more difficult. In case y'all don't know, when Red released the new Komodo Z, Komodo XZ, and the Raptor XZ, they also started a program where they will buy back old Reds.
Mm-hmm.
When I see a company do that, that tells me that, okay, this company is fully moving away from those systems.
Yeah.
Now, we know they're discontinued. You can't buy them from Red anymore. But the media that was used on all those older Reds, the Red Mags, I don't know if they're still in production. I'm pretty sure they're not.
They're not. Yeah.
At least not from Red. There was a third.
Yeah.
There was like this other company that was kind of making them on the side, but I don't know if you can get any. So that just means whatever media is out there that exists, it exists. And once it's all gone or it's all, damaged or it doesn't work anymore, it's just you're never going to get that media again because it was proprietary to Red at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my biggest fear with telling anybody to buy an old Red is you need to make sure that you can get your hand on solid Red Mag media.
Yeah.
If you can get your hands on solid Red Mag media, then buying an older Red, especially at a really good price, is a cheat code that people should definitely take advantage of.
Yes.
That said, the media is where I get a little hung up. That's just it for me.
Check out caffeinated cameras.
Yes.
Because Brandon Talbot has a Red Monstro.
Yeah.
And he uses it to live stream. He had a live stream this past week.
He's not really 13.
That stinking look,
Beautiful.
Incredible.
Yeah. No, I don't have any. My concerns are not with the image at all. It's the same thing I've been talking about forever. It is all has to do with the use case of the camera. I don't think a camera that has come out in the last 5 years will let you down.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to a Red, if it is a Dragon sensor or newer, I don't think you're going to be mad with any of those images.
Yeah.
What it's going to come down to is your use case and how you're going to be able to use it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sigma didn't just drop a new camera.
Oh, that's right.
They dropped a new lens.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm really mad about the new lens
Why is that?
because it doesn't work for me. I'm a little selfish when it comes to the lens. You want to read off the lens for us?
Yes, absolutely. It is just going to take me 1 second, and there we are. Dude, so Sigma dropped a new telephoto lens. Now, you may be wondering, why does Brandon and Jarrell care? We have the kids, and the kids play the sports,
Yes.
and the 7200 just ain't cutting it. But this Sigma 300 to 600 f4 sports lens is only $6,000, which is a ton of money. But in the world of telephoto f4s, zoom lenses is an insane price. It's a full frame lens. It goes from f4 to f16.
But
And it only is available in 2 mounts.
and those mounts are?
Not EF or RF. L mount and Sony E mount, which, bro, you could buy a Sony E mount.
I technically could buy a Sony E mount, but you're talking about I'm buying a $6,000 lens
Yes.
to adapt it.
Yes.
That is, I will boo that all day.
What are
Can
your
I technically-
alternatives?
If I could, I want to see it on a Z mount.
What are your alternatives?
That's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm saying that this isn't a doable thing
Yes.
and that I would make it work. I'm just saying, in a world where a week ago this lens didn't exist to me,
Mm-hmm.
and now today it does exist to me, I would prefer that it have a Z mount on it.
RF.
I know that's not gonna happen. That's a Canon problem, and I will boo Canon for that too.
Hold on.
I'm booing Canon.
Hold on. Time out. What is more likely? And you better be honest. What is more likely? Sigma has opened up and is making RF glass. What's more likely? This lens comes out RF or this lens come out in VZ?
Today?
No, I'm just saying in the future. What's more likely? Be honest.
Z.
Oh, he lying.
No. I'm not lying. I mean,
Mufasa.
No. I'm not. I'm not lying. Here's the reason why. I think if Canon was considering allowing Sigma to make this lens RF or letting Sigma make RF lenses, this lens scares Canon more than any other lens.
I will agree with you.
Because if this lens was RF, Canon wouldn't sell any more of their super high expensive RF zoom lenses. This would be the lens. This lens scares the crap out of Canon.
For the people that think I shill, I agree 100% with your point. I flipped my point. I was simply thinking that Sigma is making lenses for Canon.
Yeah.
They would be more likely to go to RF. But for people who think that I shill, I 100% agree. Canon, your telephoto lenses are too expensive. The rent is too high. It's too much. I do believe that Canon is afraid, scared of this lens.
Yeah, no, I don't see Canon. If Canon was on the fence about opening up the door to let Sigma make full frame,
this is why they don't open the door.
No, I understand that.
It's
bad competition.
This lens is why they do not open the door.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen.
Somebody's going to produce something.
Yes.
That is going to be unattainable in price. It's going to screw them over.
Yeah, Canon's biggest thing right now is that their mount is proprietary and it holds customers to having to buy their full frame lenses. Because I will tell you, I have Canon full frame lenses. Mm-hmm. It's not by choice. I'm not like one of those, I have to use the Canon lens because I'm using a Canon body. Like, no, like if Sigma made a freaking 24-70 that was as good, I'd throw that on my camera.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, when you see the image, you ain't gonna know what lens I was using unless I'm looking for a very specific anamorphic characteristic lens. But for just like your everyday photography lenses, I don't care.
One of my favorite EF lenses of all time, Sigma 85 1.4.
It was big.
Huge.
But it was great.
Boca-licious.
This show is terrible.
Boca-licious, bro. If you don't know about that 85 1.4 from Sigma, now, to be fair, all 85s are great, but you don't need to be spending $1,800 EF 1.2 great money.
No. So, yeah, that's just my thought. This is why the Canon's got to do something. Canon's got to do something.
Yeah, they're doing it. Not opening up the lens mount. They're actively doing it.
I will say, like, full transparency, I have not fully committed at this point to converting my Red to a Z mount. And I've had people ask me if I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Currently I'm in need of another Red camera.
Is the upgrade the same price for the Raptor and the Komodo?
It's $100 difference.
Oh, okay. So it's basically
the same though. And one of the things right now, aside from me looking at the Red and knowing that the Red team has full control from lens to sensor if it has a Z mount on the camera, is I just believe at this point that, when you think about the ability to adapt, if I wanted to adapt, right? Mm-hmm. If saying that I can go Sony to Red doesn't just mean Sony G Masters, because I tested this with the Sony mount on my Nikons before. Mm-hmm. This means Tamron, Sigma, like this lens that we're talking about right now, this 400 to 800, right? 400 to 800?
No, it's 300 to 600.
Sorry, 300 to 600. 400, 800, the different lens. That's
It's a Sony.
That's a Sony lens. That came out.
New Sony lens, which is less than $2,000.
Yes.
Which
That's got a variable aperture, which is
no, it doesn't. It's 6.3. That
I thought it was 4 to 6.3.
I could be wrong. No. I'm almost. Hold on.
Double check it. But either way, the point I'm making is putting a Z mount on my Red makes me feel more optimistic about my future options because I don't see Canon opening up their mount to third parties. But I do know that Sony is open, Leica is open, Sigma is obviously a part of that. And then obviously I'll have all the Nikon lenses. And then, of course, it's very easy at that point to adapt EF to PL and all that other stuff. So the Nikon mount to me, Canon just not moving is making me want to move away from Canon and at least their mount.
Massive corrections to be made.
What?
It's not it's $3,000.
The Sony was $3,000?
It is the 400 to 800. And it is a variable aperture from 6.3 to 8.
That's the Sony lens.
The Sony one.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. So for me, that's where it's just like, the Z mount is winning over the RF mount, and it is because Canon is losing, like they're not allowing people to jump in. However, I believe if they opened it up, you would see, I think, more excitement around that in a way where then people who have Canons or use Canons, C70 users, C400 users, because I don't think anybody has a problem with Canon's cameras, but their lens selection is where they get a lot of friction.
Yeah,
I'll say with the shooting fan base.
I'm not ready to update, but I did update my KX.
Oh, the software.
The software.
Yeah.
To get the improved autofocus. I'm not ready to say. I shot a little bit on it last night on a gig.
Maybe we'll say that for next week.
Yes.
Next week we will give our honest opinions.
Can't give it all to you. Have done some non-paid, have done some paid.
Yeah, Joe, we updated that. Yeah, it's $3,000 for that lens from Sony.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I am excited that we are getting more affordable zooms, especially as Jarrell said, we both have kids who play sports in which that they're very far away. Like our kids don't play well, I don't know if your kid plays basketball.
Nope.
My kid doesn't play basketball. So like everything, baseball, track, like I know your kid plays soccer. They're always so far away. So zoom lenses are something that we need in our personal lives. And obviously that then moves into our professional lives as well.
Yeah.
But I will say up and down all day long, I am always here for cheaper, like good zoom lenses, but man,
yeah,
Canon, it's getting with every new lens announcement, it just stings more and more to have an RF mounted camera.
The prices are so high on their telephoto lenses that it is pushing me into the used EF market.
Yeah,
I'm not even like looking for RF.
Yeah,
like, we're talking $10,000 and above. Now they have their like 800 F11s. Ain't nobody want that. Now it's great if your kid plays in the day.
Yeah.
But bro, on my 70 to 200, 2.8, these are my settings. Minimum 1/500th of a second. Minimum 2000 ISO at 2.8.
Yeah.
Cropped in on my R6.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody want no F11 and have no 6400, 10,000 ISO grainy looking photos. Nobody want that.
So yeah, you just need to take a general photo so you can throw it in AI and let it make you a real photo.
So I need, the highest I want to go is F4.
Yeah.
And because that's going to bump up, ISO even more. But like, I don't want no 5.6s, 6.3s. I want F4. I want that Sigma.
Hey, look. So
not for 6,000 though.
I'm gonna say this for all y'all who think we just sit here and only say good things about Canon.
Yes.
This entire clip is just us roasting Canon.
Seriously, that RF telephotos, y'all high on your own supply. Bring it down, Canon.
All right, JB, you got to clip that up. We're going to make a whole new clip just for Jarrell. It says Jarrell bashes Canon for X number of time for 15 minutes straight. And that clip's going to do numbers.
Bro, that was the beginning of the show, bro. Gimmick.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. All right, Jarrell, I think we hit all the news topics.
Yes.
Question for you.
Did we?
I think so.
Yes.
As we continue to do the stream, I want to hear from the audience. What did they say for the pre-show or post-show?
Oh, yes.
Let's go to the poll.
Yes. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
But 63% of the people.
How many people voted?
Oh, let's see. We have 54 votes.
Okay.
So 63% of the people would prefer a post show. Now, we want to be clear on this, guys. We do uncensored, live, free, because we love hanging out with you guys. But this is something that we want to offer to members, and you can become a member. It should be right next to the subscribe button. There should be like a join button if you're on desktop. If it's on mobile, it might be in a different place and it might look a little bit different. But I believe, what can people become a member for?
The prices?
Yes.
They start at $9.99, I think.
No, I think there's one lower. No,
I think it starts at $9.99.
Oh.
I'm not sure. As you guys can tell, we're not here to sell memberships, but we do know that there are certain conversations we like having with our members that don't make sense to have publicly on stream. I've also learned firsthand that you shouldn't open up every conversation to just the general public for obvious reasons. So if you want to be able to hang out with us and ask us your questions and be able to, and it's going like here's sort of the plan is to basically have a Zoom call with just our members because we use Ecamm. And so what Zoom would allow us to do is start a Zoom call and then literally just take that Zoom call live. So we would either start the call before the stream, let's say an hour as we're setting up, getting everything ready. We'd start the stream, go live for our pre-show, and then we would literally press the button like we normally do to start our countdown, wait so we can get ourselves situated and stuff for the stream. And then literally you could watch the stream in the Zoom for our members. And this is one of the other benefits. When you watch the stream in Zoom, you're in real time. So you can comment in real time. And you could actually be in like almost like this, like there's like a secondary chat inside of Zoom. Like you could even comment in Zoom and we could pull it up as a Zoom comment. So it would allow us to make it different. But, someone says lights is $5.
Yes, okay. I was going to say that. Lights is $5, cameras is $10, action is $30. If you click on that join button, it'll kind of tell you what is available on all of those things. But we would love to be able to hang out with you. So the vote is post show.
Post show.
Post show. Hang out after.
All right. So here's what I think we can commit to. Let's say next week, let's try it. If you're a member, if you sign up to be a member right now, or you've been a member with us for a while, like RJ, if you sign up right now to be a member, next week, we will do a post show. Mm-hmm. What this means, though, is that our show will start to end at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
So we'll still, start time will be the same. We'll go 11 to 1. And then we will do our post show directly after that in the stream. And then we will continue on to hang out with our members after the show.
Yeah.
And so it'll be a hangout stream. If you become a member, check the community area for memberships because we'll put in like what'll be sort of the focus of that show. Obviously, we'll probably continue our conversation. But the one thing I'm the most excited about is because it's Zoom, you guys could actually pop up in the stream. So not live, but you guys could be in. Like we could have you, if you want to set up your camera.
We want to see your beautiful faces.
We can see your face. You could ask questions, the whole nine, set up your camera. It'll be fun. I think it'll be a cool, different experience. So let's totally do that. Next week, Jonathan says, I would love to watch the stream in Zoom. Maybe, I don't know. I'll figure that out. So Jonathan, here's what I'll do. Next week, we do the we do the after show party.
Okay.
We'll do the after show party. And then the week after that, I'll figure out how to get the stream up in Zoom. If I can't figure it out this week, I'll try. But I will try my best to try to get the stream up in Zoom for our members only. So that way you could watch it in Zoom and you can be with us real time. but I need to do a few internet tests just to make sure that's going to work.
I think he wants to be able to record it
Who wants to be able to record it?
and use it as evidence.
Oh, we're on the internet. There's no reason to. You don't have to do all that. We've made ourselves very available. So, all right. But that's sort of our thought. Members, make sure you're checking out the stream so you're aware when that stuff happens. Be on the lookout in the community tab. We'll also be posting about stuff on our Instagrams. So that would be great. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be a fun change.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, to all of our amazing members, thank you guys so much. We appreciate hanging out with you guys. You guys help make the show what it is. Everybody else who's watching as well, who just enjoys the show for free, we love hanging out with you guys. We do it live because the comment sections keep us rolling. Thank you guys so much for being great fans and hanging out with Zach Mayfield. He was a blast.
He was.
Absolutely got to have him back on the show again. He crushed it. He absolutely crushed
Seriously.
it. That's the type of energy all of our guests need to have going forward. He set the new bar. So, Jarrell, any final words for the people?
Stay well endowed.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Do it.
I guess I just pressed the button.
He's froze.